Hi everyone, my name is Nicole and this is my experience with the high altitude biology backpacking trip with Dr. Riley. Going into this, I have been going to the mountains since I was a little kid, but I've never actually been backpacking. I've been hiking quite often, but backpacking has always been kind of on my bucket list. I would say that the first day was probably the day that I experienced the most discomfort or pain, just because I hadn't readjusted my backpack after I put all the weight in there. So definitely recommend if you ever go backpacking. But Dr. Riley was kind enough to readjust my backpack that night, and the second day, at least weight bearing wise, wasn't as uncomfortable. But the second day we climbed a little over 1,700 feet in a little over 6 miles, and it was rough. I really had to push myself mentally. I had to keep telling myself that, you don't have any other choice. You have to keep going. And I kind of, I guess I really found out how far I can push myself with this trip. And so that was one aspect I really liked. And I really liked this area right here. It was just this granite face, and we ended up running into some older men that were on a backpacking trip as well, which we ended up seeing later that in the trip too. And then this is Fleming Lake, just before Ray Lake, which is the lake that we were camping at the second night. And I got so happy when I saw that lake, because that meant we were close to being able to set the packs down, set up camp, and relax and eat, because I was so hungry. And then the third day, I went on the Red Mountain hike with Dr. Riley and Yasan, and I was really tired, and I kind of wanted to opt out to not go. But I had told myself, you made it this far. You have to go. You have to see it. And I'm really glad I did. There was a small trade-off because we didn't have our whole backpack on. We just had our day pack. And so it felt easier in that sense. But again, you're pushing yourself. You're going. And this is Hellfisher Lake just before we make the last little climb. Well, I wouldn't say little, but so this is the last climb, which it doesn't look like a lot in the picture, but it was really steep, and I thought I was going to fall over trying to catch my breath. But this view on the other side of the pass made it all worth it. This was at 11,200 feet, which is the highest I've ever been. And it was really humbling because that was also the smallest I've ever felt. Looking at these massive mountain ranges and mountains, and just kind of looking at a peak and putting into perspective that somebody could be looking at you from over there, but it's so small, which makes you feel small. I really enjoyed this trip. I did find this weird little creature that I thought was some sort of shrimp. It turns out it's just a predaceous diving beetle. But I highly recommend going backpacking at least once in your life. It kind of takes you away from the everyday expectations and responsibilities of the hustling and bustling in the world now. And, you find out just how strong you really are.